We heard about the Jackson Center from our First Steps speech therapist. After Abby had been getting First Steps therapy for probably 8 or 9 months, my husband and I made the decision that I was going to stop working to do more for Abby. Her First Steps therapists are wonderful, but she needed more than the few hours a week that she was getting through First Steps. I think we thought maybe I would go to daycare with her when she was there and just be her one-on-one aide. And I was talking to all of the therapists about this idea, and her speech therapist mentioned the Jackson Center. So we came out and Abby had an assessment. And I went home and I told my husband that this seemed like the kind of place where we could get more than just therapy for Abby. I said, they have the answers to questions that we need to have answered, and they can give me answers to questions that we didn't know we were supposed to be asking.
The way that I found out about the Jackson Center was, I was researching and I found out about this conductive education, and I came upstairs and I told my husband, I was like, we're gonna move to Hungary. They have conductive education and it's the best thing for Bella. Let's see if your job will transfer, let's go. And he just looks at me like I'm nuts, which happens more often than not with him. And he said, why don't you try to find something local? I bet there's something closer than Hungary. And we came across the Jackson Center, and I can tell you that I felt hopeful when I walked in these doors. And after that, after she had her meeting with Edit, I went home and I was happy. I was really, really happy.
The Jackson Center was able to offer us such an all-encompassing therapeutic experience that I just knew we weren't going to be able to find that anyplace else. I had talked to our therapists and our doctors enough that I didn't have any expectations for what was going to happen once she started at the Jackson Center. It just always blows our minds, honestly. She does things that we never thought she'd be able to do.
I agree with that. I mean, I was looking through pictures just the other day, and she wasn't even able to sit up in a grocery cart before we started at the Jackson Center. We had this big contraption that we strapped around her to make sure she could sit upright, and now I just put a little piece of no slip in the seat and she's good to go. But yeah, our expectations, I mean, were just that she was gonna be around kids with her like abilities and be with people who truly cared about her and cared about where she was gonna go and her progression through this process. And I would say the expectations that we have been met through the Jackson Center, 100%. Just as much as the Jackson Center helps Bella, they help me. I mean, the people here are all wonderful. The other parents, I mean, just last week, Bella had a seizure, and Anna's on the phone whispering with me in the middle of the night, talking me through my sad, hopeless feelings, because you feel so helpless, you can't do anything. And here she is, I'm holding Bella asleep, she's asleep in my arms, and Anna's whispering to me on the phone.
I think what I would like people to know about the Jackson Center is how hard everyone works and how much everyone cares. The staff at the Jackson Center is, I think, absolutely unparalleled in how much they care about the kids and how hard they work with the kids. These are people who day in and day out are doing things like wiping my daughter's drool and taking her to the potty. And they always do it with a smile, and they always do it professionally, and they always seem incredibly happy to do it. They care about how the kids feel. They want to know how the kids are sleeping and how they're eating and what's happening at home.
If you don't know about the Jackson Center, you should probably learn about the Jackson Center, because you're missing out. This may sound sad, but I cry less. I mean, I get down in the dumps less, because there are people here to help us through it and give us that confidence that there is a future for your child, and whatever that future looks like, we're strong enough as parents to get them through that. So,
come, Lord Jesus, be our guest, and let these gifts to us be blessed. Amen.